Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Monday, March 5th, 2018. I'm going to continue previewing all the college basketball conference tournaments in which the winner of the tournament gets the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. In most non-major conferences, you have to win your conference tournament to make it unless you have a very strong resume. This podcast, I'll preview the ACC tournament. The winner of the tournament gets the auto bid into the big dance, although there are many at-large bids to be had in this conference. The conference tournament is being held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. For what it's worth, this bracket does not do reseeding. There are 15 teams in this conference, and the first round is tomorrow, March 6th. The second round is Wednesday, March 7th. The quarterfinals are Thursday, March 8th. The semifinals are Friday, March 9th. And the championship game is Saturday, March 10th. Before I get to my predictions, my picks for the first round will count towards my Maddie's picks for tomorrow, but not my projected picks for the second round, quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games. The actual second round, quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games that play out, I'll pick those games towards Maddie's picks on the podcast those days those games are being played, just in case I get one of the first round picks wrong. And if I get one of my first round picks right, I'll carry over my projected second round picks on Wednesday's podcast, quarterfinals on Thursdays, Fridays for the semifinals, and then the championship game on Saturday morning's podcast. To the picks. First round tomorrow afternoon. Number 13 seed Georgia Tech against number 12 seed Boston College. Georgia Tech 13-18 on the year, 6-12 in conference play. Boston College 17-14 on the year, 7-11 in conference play. The Eagles have to consider their season a success to this point, and I like them to beat the Yellow Jackets here, led by Kai Bowman and Jerome Robinson, although the Yellow Jackets will have the best player on the court in Josh Okogie. So the pick is Boston College. Number 15 seed Pitt against number 10 seed Notre Dame. Pitt 8-23 on the year, 0-18 in conference play. Notre Dame 18-13 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. Bonzie Colson is back for the Irish, and he'll lead the way along with Matt Farrell against the conference's worst team in the Panthers. And the pick here is Notre Dame. There's discussion quickly on Pitt. There's talk around the media and stuff that not Jamie Dixon, that he's their old coach. Kevin Stallings might lose his job after 2 seasons with Pitt, which would be a disaster because they signed him to a big contract and to be their coach after Jamie Dixon left them for TCU. Back to the picks. Number 14, Wake Forest against number 11, Syracuse. Wake Forest 11-19 on the year, 4-14 in conference play. Syracuse 19-12 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. The Orange absolutely have to have this game if they want to sneak into the field as an at-large candidate. And I'm going to say they get the job done, led by Tyus Battle against the Demon Deacons team that's been disappointing this season. So the pick is Syracuse. Projected second round, number 9 seed Louisville against number 8 seed Florida State. Louisville 19-12 on the year, 9-9 in conference play. Florida State 20-10 on the year, 9-9 in conference play. This is a fascinating game. The Seminoles should be in the field regardless of the result here, but that cannot be said for the Cardinals. The Cardinals need a quality win here to keep their hopes of an at-large alive, and I believe they'll get the job done, led by Deng Adele. The pick is Louisville. Number 12 seed Boston College against number 5 seed North Carolina State. North Carolina State 21-10 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. The Wolfpack can use this win because of their out-of-conference schedule wasn't that strong, although they do have a win over Arizona on there, but the rest of it wasn't really that strong. And I'm going to say that Alaric Freeman leads the way here for the Wolfpack over Jim Christian's squad. So the pick is North Carolina State. Number 10 seed Notre Dame against number 7 seed Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech 21-10 on the year, 10-8 in conference play. I think the Hokies are safe regardless of what happens here. And that said, I like Colson and Farrell to lead the Irish to the quarterfinals and improve their case for an at-large bid. So the pick here is Notre Dame. Number 11, Syracuse against number 6, North Carolina. North Carolina 22-9 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. The Tar Heels are the much better team here, as Luke May and Joel Berry will lead the way to burst the Orange's bubble and possibly crush their at-large hopes. So the pick here is North Carolina. Quarterfinals. Number 9 seed Louisville against number 1 seed Virginia. Virginia 28-2 on the year, 17-1 in conference play. This should be an interesting quarterfinal considering that the Cardinals nearly beat the Cavs last week, but lost a 5-point lead with 0.1 seconds left. If you did not see that, then you better go on YouTube and check that out, because that was an epic collapse by the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Cavs here, who are the better team, and regardless I think Louisville has to make the quarterfinal if they want to get it an at-large. So, give me the Cavs here. So, the pick there is Virginia. Number 5 seed NC State against number 4 seed Clemson. Clemson 22-8 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. This is a fascinating game. Both of these teams are headed to the tournament no matter who wins this game. But give me the Tigers led by Marquise Reed and Gabe DeVoe over a solid Wolfpack team. So the pick is Clemson. Number 10 Notre Dame against number 2 Duke. Duke 25-6 on the year, 13-5 in conference play. Colson and Farrell will keep the Irish within striking distance against the Blue Devils. But give me Marvin Bagley, Wendell Carter, Gary Trent and company to advance to the semis. So the pick here is Duke. And if Notre Dame makes the quarterfinals, they might sneak in there as an at-large. Number 6, North Carolina against number 3, Miami. Miami 22-8 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. This is a rematch of a game from last week in which Jaquan Newton hit a buzzer-beater three-pointer to win the game for the Canes at Chapel Hill. Newton and Lonnie Walker are very good players for the Canes, but the Tar Heels are arguably the better team here with the best 2 guys on the court in May and Barry. So the pick here is North Carolina, which sets up a great semifinal, which I would get to in a second. Number 4, Clemson against number 1, Virginia in one of the semifinals. This should be a fun matchup between 2 top 25 teams. Reed and DeVoe will keep the Tigers in this game, but the Cavs should win here, led by Kyle Guy and Devin Hall. The pick, Virginia. And as I referenced to before with Carolina, they get number 2, Duke, in the semifinals. The best rivalry in college basketball, meeting for a third time this season, would be a ton of fun. Both of these teams met this season, or both times these teams have met this season, the home team pulled away late in the game. In a close game, give me the Blue Devils over the Tar Heels. And so the pick here is Duke. Championship game, number 2 Duke against number 1 Virginia. The 2 best teams in the conference would hook up for the right to win the ACC tournament title. The Blue Devils are playing for a 1 seed here, and I believe they'll get this win over a Cavs team that essentially has the number 1 overall seed locked up at this point. So I think it's more important for the Blue Devils here. So give me Duke to win the ACC tournament. Like I said, this is a fascinating tournament. As many as 11 teams, I think, again, to the field from the ACC. The teams that I don't think will make the field at all will be Georgia Tech, Boston College, Pitt, and Wake Forest. Syracuse might get in. Notre Dame might get in. I can see as many as 11. But they're going to get at least 9 in, I think. So this should be a fun tournament to watch, and I hope everybody enjoys it.